Good afternoon. What's good, everybody? Yeah, I'm back again, and it's the middle of the afternoon, guys. What's cooking? What's cooking? There's some news coming about, and there's some little changes to the dynamics, guys. There's some interesting things and reports coming out right now. And as you can see, I've confirmed some of those reports, and it's happening live right now as we speak. And I'm going to bring it live to you guys. I hope you all are well and enjoying your midday afternoon. Some of you hopefully had lunch already or having lunch right now. I hope it was smack good. Guys, what's going on? It's your boy, Mark, and MUFC fan, and you know what it is. It's the daily update, and we got some transfer reports. Let's get into the show really quickly, guys. Big up to you, Stephanie Griffith, and big up to you, Danny B. Yes, bro, Richard Rios might be a good option. Let's hope. Let's see if he comes in. He's going to be a decent option for 8. You know, it kind of gives me some kind of feeling like it kind of makes sense with the reports that we've been hearing that Mason Mount might be open, and they might be open to a sale for him, and there's interest from Newcastle as well. Let's see how that goes. But let's get into one of the major breaking stories at the moment, guys, and it's Matthijs de Ligt. And right now, Manchester make a 35 million euro bid for the player, but Bayern Munich is playing hardball, guys. Let's dive right into the story. Let me read it for you, and then let's react to it, and let's hear what you guys have to say. Manchester United have seen a 35 million euro bid for defender Matthijs de Ligt turned down by Bayern Munich. Christian Falk, a German football expert, reveals that the Red Devils have sent their own opening offer for the 24-year-old Dutchman, rejected, but that negotiations between clubs continue. Guys, this is the tweet this morning. Yeah, Bayern are demanding somewhere in the region of 50 mil plus add-ons. Let's see if that materializes. The tweet: Manchester United offer 35 million for Matthijs de Ligt. You know what I mean? Bayern has rejected the offer. They demand 50 million plus add-ons. Bayern have to sell players to buy new players. Negotiations between the clubs continue. Fox states that Bayern has to sell to buy, and they are pushing for a 50 million price with add-ons to sell de Ligt. Big money moves from Michael Olise from Crystal Palace and João Paulinho have drained the German Giants' transfer budgets, while cheaper deals for Eric Dyer and Hiroko Ito have made de Ligt surplus to requirements. The Dutchman has been informed by Bayern officials they want him to depart, and he's open to reunion with Ten Hag at Manchester. The pair previously enjoyed great success together at Ajax, and Ten Hag made de Ligt his captain, despite the centre-back only being 18 at the time. United have prioritized reinforcements in central defense this summer after last season was decimated by repeated injuries to centre-backs. Jared Branthwaite was an early front runner in the window, but a compromise could not be reached with Everton over a reasonable fee for the player. And with only 1 year of top flight experience in the Premier League, Ineos was like, no, we're not doing that deal. However, United were able to strike a sensational 70 million euro deal for Euro, the 18-year-old French centre-back at Lille, and now he's already seen, in the Manchester United red. He's already had his first preseason game, and the widely seen throughout Europe as a generational talent player is already a red, and we stole him from under the noses of Real Madrid. However, guys, following the departure of Rafael Varan and Willy Kwambala, as well as outgoing uncertainty over the futures of Harry Maguire and Lindelof, United are keen to recruit at least one more central defender to their ranks. Guys, it's going to be interesting to see if this happens. I know this offer was never going to be accepted by Bayern, but as an opening gambit to kickstart negotiations with the German club wanting an additional 15 million to sanction a transfer, a compromise in the region of 40 to 45 million euros feels likely an outcome given the mutual desire for the transfer on both sides. Guys, what are your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments. What are you thinking? Big up to you guys coming in so far. Don't forget to smash the likes while you're watching, guys. It's helped the channel grow. And YouTube has been giving some trouble today. It's been really difficult to come on live. I've been trying to get live for the last 10 minutes, and that's why it took me so long. So guys, don't forget, smash the likes so the stream can be suggested to everyone else. And I'm gonna keep going with the stories. There is some updates as well coming in, and we're gonna move straight on to Jadon Sancho, guys. Jadon Sancho, bro, why is this happening now, man? Hold on, be right back. Be right back. Getting this up right now. Right. Yeah, let's get this story back in line. Come on, guys. Check this out. Jadon Sancho, guys. And some breaking reports this morning. I know everywhere has been talking about it so far, and I'm probably one of the last guys, but I wanted to hear your opinions on this, so I had to cover it as well. The European Giants PSG make shock move for Jadon Sancho after Man United return. Guys, what are your thoughts? PSG have made an approach to sign Jadon Sancho from Manchester United. Sancho has impressed during his 6-month loan with Borussia Dortmund and is back in the United squad after positive talks with manager Erik ten Hag, who agreed to move on from the pair's public feud and welcome the winger back into the setup. Now, while United are no longer actively looking to sell Sancho, they are still expected to listen to offers for the winger, as this is the case for a large number of players in Ten Hag's squad. According to Foot Mercato, they could soon have an offer from PSG, who have identified Sancho as a target in their plan to replace Kylian Mbappe. PSG have said to have spoken to Sancho's agents and are nearing an agreement over personal terms with the winger. Could this be one of the things that we will see shortly, guys? Sancho has dazzled against PSG in the Champions League, and despite his feud, you know what I mean? The player has been welcomed back into the squad, guys. What are your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments. What are you thinking? Big up to you, Angie. I hope you're well as well. All Ugarte transfer updates positive. Welcome and delete. Have a good day, everyone. Big up to you, Angie, for coming in. I hope you're well. Yeah. They haven't gotten so far as to agree a price yet, Madhouse, but they are talking to the player's side on and his agent. They possibly will be able to agree terms with him very shortly, and I'm looking forward to see how that is done. Because if they do agree player terms, then the next step is to negotiate with Manchester United over his transfer fee. Big up to Ivan Perot coming in. Yeah, 8 likes like Bruno. And funny that you're mentioning Bruno, guys, because apart from Jadon Sancho, there has also been a coupling of reports that PSG is also interested in our very own captain Bruno. And while I am not willing to accept this as to be true, it's still part of the news, so I have to bring it out for you guys. You know what I mean? And it's one of those things. I got my buddy in the background, hadn't have him for a long time, but it's gonna be a good time that he's here. Big up to you, my brother Drex, coming in. Let's hear your thoughts on the last two topics that I was speaking about. We talked about the bid for Jadon Sancho coming in. Also talked about just now the bid for De Ligt from our end going out to Bayern, and also PSG's interest in Bruno Fernandes. What is your thoughts, my bro?
Uh, Pick up everybody. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. You're good, bro.
Yeah. First of all, when I heard heard the report of the Sancho thing, and I'm not having it. I'm not. It's a tough one for me to take, bro. It's a tough one because I was actually looking forward to, and a lot of people have actually said it, that one of the reasons why we felt like everything went the way it went with Sancho and Ten Hag, right, in terms of squashing whatever was it and moving on together, is because they want to polish off the rough edges and find value, And on the one hand, it's a good business. If they sell him for United, get good money for him, it's a good business. But on the other hand, I should be. I'm part of. I think I'm part of the fans who just wanted to see him this season with the likes of Zexi. We didn't really see much of him with Rasmus last season. We were thinking he would be able to do some creative work for Rasmus last season, but we didn't get to see that. Part down to him though, it's his fault, I believe. But man, I don't know. I'm on the fence with that one. If we get to sell him, good business. As long as we replace him or we get somebody in, that's fine. It's good business, all. But just is the fun part of me is the expectation that I wanted, that I've been putting on Sancho for this coming season. But for me, if you really ask me, if you want my honest opinion, I don't want to see him go. But that's not me. That I'm not the owner of the club. I'm not the one running the sport inside. Now moving to the next question, which was, what's the next one you asked me? The Bruno Fernandes one. Obviously, we know if you're coming for Bruno Fernandes, you should be coming
100
with,
mil.
bro. If it's not 100 mil, I don't think we're gonna be entertaining. But again, you never can tell. These guys are businessmen, and also they are experienced people in this department. So Yeah, they might get a good deal for Bruno. Maybe not so much 100 m's, but I feel like if they want to sell, if Bruno is part of the crew that they want to move on, then they would do good business. But again, I'm not one that would want to see Bruno leave, but that's just me. If we look at Bruno's age, he will be what, 29 or 30 next season.
Probably 30,
Yeah,
somewhere
yeah.
around there.
So yeah, for the if the right if the price is right, you know the game. If the price is right, we might consider it. But my thing is, as long as we're bringing players in, right? Because I was listening to somebody yesterday. I was watching one of the, I don't know if it was you, but I was watching somebody yesterday, and the person, no, it was on X. I was having a discussion with somebody on X, and the person said, "Bro, haven't you noticed we haven't replaced we haven't replaced Pogba's profile so far?" And I'm looking
Hold
like,
on, Jackson. I'm gonna bring in Kingdom. Kingdom, yeah, but he disappeared just now, bro. He
and,
disappeared.
and I'm
As long
looking
as I
like
bring him in there.
but I don't think, I know people don't like to run the comparison, but don't we think we have somebody like like Pogba already in the person of Meno? So that's on the one. So I'm looking. So if we move Bruno on, we should be able to get players that would, because now there's report that if we want to move Bruno, there's a possibility moving Bruno on. There's also Mount. So and then
Yeah.
also there's Simons. So it's, if you look at all of this, it's beginning to add up. But at the end of the day, a lot of fans have said it. A lot of people have said it in your stream, on the chat, everywhere. Like, we need squad depth. So I just want to trust this guy. But for me as a fan, I wouldn't want to see Bruno and not Sancho leave. But that's just me. I'm not a player FC thing. It's just my thing.
Well, let's hear what Kingdom FC have to say. Big up to you, bro. First time on the channel. What's good, my bro? Disappear.
He's here. He's here.
Yo,
You
what's
have to
up, bro?
unmute
You're
yourself,
live.
bro. You have to unmute yourself, bro. Unmute.
We can't hear you. You
Yeah,
gotta
for
unmute the mic, bro. The mic muted.
asked for. Let me ask him to unmute.
Oh, when you gotta unmute the mic. When you unmute the mic, bro, I'll bring you back. I
Yeah,
just wanted to touch on this
yeah.
story really
What's the
quickly
third
as
one? You
well.
asked me a third one. What's the third
Oh,
one?
I'll ask it to you again after this one.
Okay.
Guys, we just wanted to bring this information to you all right now because it's another breaking report that's coming out right now. And this, I'm talking about Zubimendi, and everyone knows that he has a 60 million release clause. But the Eurostar is set to reject United and Arsenal after making his transfer stance crystal clear. He does not want to move outside of Spain. So it's one of those things that might be difficult. We might still have to try to convince him. Let's see how that works out. As according to the reports coming out right now, the Euros winner Martin Zubimendi is one of those players in our shortlist, which also contain Manuel Ugarte, and he is one of those in the latter who have opted against activating their buyback clause but aren't closed off to hashing out deal on other conditions. However, it comes from strong reports that the experienced duo, it could be sold in order to recoup these other players that we would be trying to get. Suamendi has already made his transfer stance clear. He's been heavily targeted by the Gunners in recent weeks, although their move for defender Ricardo Calafori could price them out of a deal for the Euro winners. Given that Sociedad will demand 60 million to sanction his exit, both clubs may also have to resort to complying with the 25-year-old's wishes. Though he has made it clear his preference is this year to stay with his boyhood team, where he has been since 2011. And these are just some of the reports coming out right now in Germany, guys. I wanted to bring in a little bit more information, but let's ask Drex and Kingdom FC what he thinks. I think he is back. No, he disappeared again.
You know,
But
for
you
for the
know,
Zub- for the Zubimendi one, right? I feel like
mm,
when players are not, they're not. I wouldn't say it's an excuse, but I just feel like the player just feel like he needs to get some more experience with the team at the moment before might possibly look to move next season. It's all about players development and all of that, right? So he might be thinking, okay, I'm going to United. It's a new challenge. It's a new structure. he would have done his own due diligence as to concerning the United as a football club and all of that, where they've been in the past couple of years and now, right? So although the prospect looks very good in terms of where we're going as a football club, but I think for players like this, they would want to just see how one more season where they at solidify themselves and move. It's a place of I think it's a thing of um where I'm comfortable at the moment in terms of let me get more experience, get more of these things under my belt and see prepare myself for that big move, because coming to United, bro, is no small move, bro. It's not a small move. It's a big move. Whether you're a Cristiano Ronaldo or you're Zubimendi, it's a very big move coming into United, because you know the history. We all know the history of the football club, and it's not one that we know how it is. We've seen players come in and just the Old Trafford, just stepping on Old Trafford for the first time, that thing swallows them, and they feel like I actually noticed that with the goalkeeper we got from Newcastle. What's his Dubravka? The first game
Yeah,
Dubravka played, bro, the man felt like he was
he couldn't make it. He didn't know. He
bro,
didn't know. It's a different
it,
kind of atmosphere. You know
it
what I
was a
mean?
different kind of like on one side you're hearing the name United is big, but when you get to step in on Old Trafford on the pitch and you look around and you see 70 or 75 plus thousands there, just the noise, the environment, bro, it's something different. So for some of these players, they feel like, okay, they ask themselves the true question: am I ready for this move yet? Am I ready? So maybe that's the case for Zubimendi.
I know a lot of you are thinking about a lot of different players and stuff like that. And yes, Danny B, I see you guys are talking about Yusuf Fofana, and we could be looking to hijack this deal. But I would say this to you guys right now, right? Yusuf Fofana has been reported to already be in Milan, waiting for a green light to do his medical. Now, if we are to hijack this deal, it's going to be very difficult, guys. You know what I mean? Milan has already agreed personal terms. They're very close to agreeing the exact fee with Monaco for the player. I think there will be reports coming out very very soon in the next couple hours or maybe even minutes that will give you a confirmation that they have both clubs have agreed terms. This is some things that I've been hearing in Germany at this current moment. But it's one of those things, guys. You have to consider the possibility that I talked about the Richard Rios this morning, Drex. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna bring this back up because I wanted you guys to see what I'm talking about with not only with Richard Rios but also I wanted to also bring to the fore some information about some of our players who had made outgoings, guys, because it's really interesting to see how we're doing the business in this current moment. Because if you look at this player signing here, a lot of people might not know who Richard Rios is. But Richard Rios, for me, is one of those youngsters, those players who is very talented. He has performed really well in the Copa America. And some people might say they don't scout at international tournaments, but realistically, where do you think we used to scout most of our players from in the Northeast? You know what I mean? It's from international tournaments, sometimes from their club, and players develop at different times. So I could understand him not having an amazing profile for his club, but his performance peaked during this Copa America tournament where he showed the best of his ability, in my honest opinion. He is more of an eight, so I will let that be known to everyone. Anyone who thinks he's going to come in as a defensive midfielder, he is not. He's an eight, a box to box player who can carry the ball really well. He might be coming in to provide backup for Kobe Mainu or just as an option. But when you're seeing we are linked to a player like this, and as well as the likes of Yusuf Fofana, guys, I'm starting to think that it's very likely that the deal with the situation and the news that we've been hearing with Mason Mount is probably true. That he might be, the club might be open to listening offers, and he might be on his way out of the club. Let's see how this transfer window progresses going forward, guys, because I can honestly say that there are some shakeups that are happening that I did not expect. At the same time, I wanted to also bring you some information about this guy because right now there's some good news and there's some good information coming out about this player. And It is said that Rafael Varan is just about to possibly be announced as new Como player officially today to the newly promoted Serie A side on a free transfer, guys. Good luck to Rafael Varane. Hats off to him. He was a standout performer for our team when he was fit. And, I'm sad to see him leave, but at the same time, we got Leny Yoro now, so we're moving onwards and upwards. But it's always something that, you can give these players who did do a job for your team a little bit of appreciation. Now, Drex, what are you saying about the De Ligt transfer? 35 million we have offered. It has been rejected, but we are still in talks.
No,
The
it's
club needs to sell him.
the report has been United haven't made an official bid, right? We've agreed personal terms with the lead and all of that, but we're just waiting. The man is just waiting for both clubs to come to an agreement. And United haven't, according to Fabrizio, before the bid was put in, we haven't put anything. And I'm happy we sent something in because it tells me, and it's more like calming the situation for almost people that was thinking, okay, what's gonna happen with the delete story, right? Now we in, so we know that once we in, personal terms are agreed, because then we know we could move fast. I believe this week would get delete done. I believe this week would get delete done because 35 M's and they want 42, something in the range of 42 plus add-ons. I trust. I know it's weird to say, in the past you can't say you trust the likes of Morton and Arnold, right? But the people right there, I could to a larger extent, I could say I trust them to get the job, to get the player over the line and get this over the line. So this week, guys, watch out for this space. Follow, don't forget you to follow Mark on the channel. Turn on the notification because Mark is gonna be telling you when that thing hits. He's in Germany, so he's got his ears on the ground, getting yeah. So, but
Yeah,
for me,
well,
Mark, to answer that question, I feel like it's how it is. It's a good strategy. Going, it shows that you're ready to enter negotiation with the selling club. Going 35 rejected, then refine the bid. Look, because you already assess what they want, so you already where they're at with
yeah,
what
you're
they're
just
thinking.
hashing it out right now.
Yeah.
And this is
So,
why I did the stream this morning. I said, guys, there is going to be some major updates today and tomorrow on Delit, on Ugarte, on these two players mostly, because what I can tell you coming out from Germany is up until this morning, they're not convinced that Xavi Simons is actually going to Bayern. They're also not convinced that De Ligt is not going to Man United. They think that he's probably going to be coming to Man United in the next 24 hours. This is what I came in and I tell the chat this morning when I did my brief, right? And the news reports I've been hearing is that Manchester United are in intense negotiations with Bayern this morning. It's been going on since yesterday. They are intent on hashing a deal out. So this is very possible. And then there's also some reports coming out, about the Ugarte deal where Manchester United are seemingly, in a strong position based on the fact that he submitted a transfer request. So it's very interesting the deals that could be
bro.
happening this week, Drex. And United have said, and there are many reports across Germany where United have said that they would like to get these players in for the preseason tour. So it's one of
So
those
it's
things. We
it's
leave on Thursday, I
we
believe, for the preseason tour.
yeah,
The,
we have the
so,
first game is on Sat 27. That's a Saturday.
oh,
Yeah.
well, then we're leaving tomorrow, either tomorrow or Wednesday. So tomorrow,
Yeah, the
Wednesday
first
is
game
when
is
we
no. The
leave.
first game is yes. So they have to leave. I think the
Yeah, we'll
first
be
game
there
is
3 days
then
before. One day
then
to climatize, one day to train, the next day to recover, and the game day. So
so
yeah,
yeah.
it's gonna be like that, guys. I'm not trying to tell you
We're
that it's
leave wait, you if we're leaving like tomorrow or Wednesday, right? Bro, keep it. Therefore means the delete thing could happen in the next 24 hours, like you said. It could happen. It could happen. I think that's the one sign I'm excited. I don't know why, but because I know in the start of the season when we had this discussion, I told you I really wasn't really looking towards delay because of what happened the previous time. But I don't know, for some reason, it's one of the signing I'm just waiting to see. It's just the one signing I'm waiting to see.
for me. It's Ugarte, bro. Like always, like I just when I heard that we were in for that guy, I was super excited because from my perspective, guys, Ugarte might not be that ball playing DM that a lot of people like in Zubimendi. but he's that destroyer that's going to put fear into all them attacking midfielders and strikers who think they're going to run through the center of our midfield. You're going to get
Mhm.
clattered, bro. There's, someone's going to weigh you in. It's going to be Ugarte. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
it's one of those things. I'm
Imagine,
excited for that.
imagine we get to Gatti, and for somehow the reports about Richard Rios thing, it's true, and because the man is valued at 10 m's, right, on the transfer
Mm.
market, right, website. So 17 m's we could negotiate. Imagine we get those guys like so you have Licha, you have Bugatti, you have Rios, you have Ganasio. So it's whoa, oh, we just can hope. We all can just hope and just pray everything goes the way we want it to go. But at the moment, it's looking good. Before we used to say it's not looking good because of the men we had behind the scene. But right now, at the moment, we could all say it's looking good. It's looking good.
I wanted to bring you some last bit of interesting news, guys. Remember, I was reporting to you all for the over the all the last couple of weeks. I've been giving you the introductions to the young players, guys. I've been telling you all about the seven promoted young players who will be closely looked at as members for the squad over the next coming season. And I just wanted to bring this story out as one of them has been confirmed, and it's Toby Collier. He is set for a Manchester United first team role next season, maybe as a squad rotational player. He's going to get us some breaking in minutes, maybe like Garnacho in his first season. But I'm excited for this youngster, guys. I'm really, really happy to be to giving you this news, guys. You know what I mean? And for all of you watching, smash a like for this kid. It's well deserved. This youngster has put his head down. He has worked very hard in the preseason. He has gained some physicality. He's put on like something like I heard like somewhere 15 pounds of muscle or 10 pounds of muscle, something like that. Because when what he weighed going into the summer was less than what he weighed coming back out. And this youngster, I cannot wait for it, guys. He's going to be amazing next season. Over the next 2 days, you're going to be hearing more reports of the youngsters who are going to be given their chances in the first team next season. This is just the first of few more to come, guys. And let's you want to go through the story, guys. Let's go through it a little bit. Toby Collier is set to be given a chance to stake his claim in the Manchester United first team next season. The 20-year-old midfielder has played both of United preseason games, and his performance on the pitch as well as the training ground has led him to catching the eye of Eric Ten Hag and the coaching staff. Right? So United are set to give him a chance. This has been the reports going around, and he has been described as one of the most highly rated players in the United youth setup. Collier is a defensive midfielder, and he's also capable of playing at centre back. His physicality was on display in both preseason matches and will have demonstrated to his manager his readiness to handle the rigors of the senior Premier League football. Collier captained United after coming on at halftime in the first game against Rosenborg, before being promoted to starting the berth alongside Casemiro against Rangers. A sign the 20-year-old has impressed Ten Hag in the Rosenborg defeat despite the Dutchman's critique of the squad. Collier has signed a new deal at Old Trafford this month, tying him down for the next 3 seasons. He had previously joined United from Brighton and Hove Albion in 2022. Interestingly, Ten Hag insisted on being present during Collier's signing ceremony at Carrington. Later described how the youngster had earned his place in the squad moving forward. Sources at Old Trafford revealed that the Dutchman has said it's really likely the 20-year-old midfielder will be offering striking similarities to the ascension of a previous midfield starlet from United Academy. Guys, what are your thoughts in the comments? Let me know what you're thinking. As you know, before previously, Eric Ten Hag was seen speaking to Kobe Mainu after the Carabao Cup final, and now he was seen speaking to Collier after the FA Cup final. It's going to be interesting to see where this goes. I'm looking forward to more developments on this. I'm really happy for him. I hope he goes on and works extremely hard and stakes a claim in that midfield. Big up to him. Toby Collier is the first young man to get a guaranteed spot for squad rotation next season. Congrats to the young starlet.
Yo, I wouldn't mind seeing him, bro. So that's why the likes of Scott Mctomminay and what's the other one? Ericsson would have to find a way to move them on, bro. Would have to find a way to move them on.
Danny B is reading it. He's reading
Yeah,
it between the lines, just like I am.
yeah. So
This
for me,
guy's emergence is spelling the end of McTominay.
because
You know what I mean?
that's how it's supposed to be, bro. Like you move some on, you promote some from the youth system, especially if they're good. Like we know, if you, let's just talk, let me just deviate a bit, right? 2 minutes before I bounce, right? If you look at the Eric Ten Hag Ayers team, there was really no superstar like no quote unquote superstar. Everybody was meant to be like um a system player, right? No, no, he made some of like the Delete, the Frankie De Jong, the Van der Beek we bought, right? Even the Anthony, he made he took what's this Ivorian striker that was struggling in the Premier League, went to Ayers.
He's play at Dortmund now.
Now, yeah,
Hala, hala.
Hala, yeah. So you could see. So I'm excited that this man is actually looking at. Okay, this guy's got the prospect. Let me bring him in. We saw what he did with Ganacho. We saw what he did last season with Meno. And a lot of people have been asking the question: who's going to be the breakout star, or who's going to be the breakout kid for this season, right? And maybe it might just be we might get two, or we might get one is fine by me, but I think we might get two. Amas might come in, Ari Amas, but this Collier kid, it looks like he's
Kolia.
somewhat he's Collier, right? It's
Yeah.
looking like he got one foot through the door already into the senior team. And
And
congrats to him.
well
Congrats.
deserved on his behalf, Drex. You know what I mean? Toby Collier has been working very hard, training, keeping his head down, and I think he's one of the best players in both games. You know, although we lost the first game, it is preseason. I think he's showing good basics, shielding the ball well. He knows where to be. He shows a good engine. I think it's going to be interesting if he gets some game time next season. I'm not expecting him to play a lot of games, but maybe the Carabao Cup games, maybe an odd substitution here or there in the FA Cup, maybe even in certain games in the Premier League. You know what I mean?
Bro,
And
certain game.
weekly,
Yeah, he could play the he could play
weekly,
he could play certain games. Like he could even play games where we don't like the Fulham, the Aston Villas. He could play against the Evertons. He could play against clubs like that, Nottingham Forest and the likes. So it's building the confidence. That's like last season we've always said, how do you drip feed this young kids? Is by allowing the senior team doing the business maybe early in the game. First 70 minutes, they kill the game. We know for sure that this game is done. Then you can start bringing in these kids to actually just, you know what, the game is done. Make sure you don't lose it. It's in you. It's
exactly,
on you now to hold on the game and get it over the line. Next 20, 15 minutes. And this is so for them, they're not just coming on to just say it's an appearance. For them, it's something to come on. You know what, this game 3-0
defend the
already.
lead. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
3-0
And
already or 2-0 already. Let me make sure I do my part, that we don't throw this away. So that's an expectation on them from them. So, but we know how last season went. We don't want to talk about it, but so I feel like this season it might just be a case of senior pros are doing their thing. They lock the game down and just bring these guys in to just yeah, take it away.
right. Well, let me give GB the rundown. Guys, this is the wind down for the stream. I'm not gonna keep it on too long. I just want to give you guys an update on some of the breaking news. And possibly there's going to be a lot of breaking news later on this evening. So stay tuned. Stay tuned for that, especially because Man United is very busy in this window. GB, big up to you, my broski. And let me let you know. Let me know, GB, what's going on right now. Manuel De Ligt, new bid made 35 million euros, rejected by Bayern Munich. Clubs still locked in negotiations. According to reports all over Germany right now, the negotiations are intent on finding a solution. There could be somewhere a meet in the middle, somewhere around 40 to 45 million euros with add-ons, give or take. So that's something that we're going to be looking at that could happen in the next 24 hours. Ugarte deal sent in a transfer request, as I said yesterday. So it's very possible that the Man United are now in a stronger position in this negotiation for Ugarte as well. We leave for tour on Tuesday, maybe Wednesday morning, give or take. So therefore, Man United would like to be getting in maybe 1 to 2 more possible signings in before they go on the preseason tour as well. Toby Collier was promoted to the first team. Basically, he's been given some assurances that he will be getting some minutes next season. He's the first of one of the few young players that I was telling you guys about this summer that I would expect to be given a chance as a squad rotational player in some games. I think Ethan Whitley will be next, and it's very possible you might hear some rumors about Habib Oganayi as well. I think this is one of the things we have not been looking at. Diego Dallo starting at left back and being backed up possibly by Habib Oganayi. That's going to be an interesting thing if it actually happens. I'm not too sure. I can't guarantee that. But there's also been some reports today that we're also in for Richard Rios. I know I talked about that this morning. Richard Rios, we're already preparing a 17 million euro bid for Richard Rios. It's very possible that we can get him through the doors. It's going to be a difficult deal though, because Palmeiras made a lot of money in this last year. They sold Endrick, they've sold Estavo Willian to Chelsea, and also they've sold Louis Guilherme to West Ham. So it's not like they are strapped for cash, but they might be open to a deal. As per reports, United is trying to make that happen. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
There's also some reports coming out right now that Jadon Sancho is very close to negotiating personal terms with PSG. And if that happens, you never know, guys. It might be a deal that will be done like this. You know what I mean? I know he came back to the club. I know the club, him and the manager have said to, let bygones be bygones and are moving on for the greater good. But if the club is still expected to listen to offers, and if this offer comes in and he accepts it, and the bid is around the region of what United are willing to accept, you might hear Jadon Sancho is off to PSG as well. There's some also reports that Varan will be officially announced as a Como player today, as well as there's some breaking reports that Xavi Simons might be on his way to Germany. You know what I mean? There's also some reports coming out that he's still considering his loan option. You know what I mean? So there are also reports, GB, that PSG is also interested in Bruno, but as I would say to you guys, there's a huge reason that they would have to spend £100 million, and I'm not euros, I mean in pounds, because Bruno is one of the best creators in football right now. You know what I mean? Well, GB, I cannot say that this is not a possibility, but currently, right now, until PSG agrees terms with Jadon Sancho, it might be a straight cash deal on both ends. United need the FFP. So does PSG. So it's one of those things that you might have to look at it from that perspective as well. I was also speaking about some information coming in. We already know that Scott Mctomminay is wanted. There might be some offers coming in, not just from Tottenham, but also from Fulham, maybe even West Ham, and possibly Galatasaray. We know that Erik ten Hag has a little fondness for the player, so it's very possible that he may not want him to leave. But if the offers come in and the price is right, again, I will say to you guys, United will possibly do a deal. We are keeping our tabs on the Turkish left back, Ferdi Kadioglu. We have had a bid of 23 million rejected by Galatasaray, but we will be going back in possibly later to the back end of the window. There are reports stating that as well. Guys, what are your thoughts in the comments? Let me know what you're thinking. And last but not least, before I forget, 60 million euro star Zubimendi is set to reject United and Arsenal after making his transfer stance crystal clear for this summer. He would like to continue with his boyhood club in Spain for this next season. Guys, big up to all of you joining. What are your thoughts? Let me know what you're thinking. I hope you guys don't forget, smash a like and subscribe, guys. It helps the channel grow immensely. As you can see, there's lots more interesting family members joining us every single week. The channel is growing, so keep it coming, guys. Smash those likes, share it around. Let's grow the community. It's our community. We could come here and talk about any sort of topic based on football, any football player you want to talk about, especially when you're talking about his ability on the football field, because this is what football is about and this is what this channel is about. Everyone, dynamic views, all of the views. We can all have different opinions, but like I always keep saying, right? We are
Uh,
all United fans. We want to win, and there's many ways to get to that point, and we
I
are all
love,
together in the
I
one
love,
goal, and that is to win.
I love the Madhouse comment when he says, "I thought Sancho loved Dortmund."
Yeah, I thought so too, but I keep wondering why everyone keeps saying Dortmund, Dortmund, when Dortmund doesn't even love him back.
that
They
that that's the thing for me. Like you were waxing lyrical about the boy when he came back on loan in January. Where, oh, we don't United don't know how to use him and all of that. Now it was when it was time to put the money down, put your money where your mouth is. You're like, oh no, it's too expensive. The next minute you went to sign somebody. I'm like, are you serious? Are you
bro,
really serious, bro? I think that's why United looked at him like, you guys are not serious, bro. You just want this boy on loan again. No way. And I think Sancho would have read in between the line like, yo, these guys are not serious. They just want to use me. And
Abel, Bruno will be a separate deal. I can tell you for free. If PSG wants to get
no,
Bruno, they're
no.
going to have to spend somewhere in the region of 100 million euros, if not pounds. So I don't think that that's going to be a deal that we will do. However, I think I can see a deal happening where Ugarte comes to United and Sancho goes to PSG, maybe on a swap deal plus cash. I would say, Sancho plus 10 million and
No,
give
no,
us
no. I
Ugarte.
I would say the other way around.
No, no,
God,
that's what I mean. They give us 10 million and take
uh-huh.
Sancho and we get Ugarte.
Oh, okay,
You
okay,
know what I
okay,
mean?
okay. Yeah, okay,
So
okay.
this is the only way I would see that being possible. I don't think United would be open for a straight sub deal with between Sancho and Ugarte. Let's remember, Sancho came here for 75 million pounds. Ugarte is probably rated at best to
Yeah.
50 million pounds. So there's a 20 to 25 million depreciation in between there that I don't think our club would be willing to accept. So it's one of those things, guys. Let's see how they progress.
No, Mark, let me just say this, right? Or let me just give you, put my own thought to this one. If Ugarte, if the reports are to be believed, Ugarte has put in a transfer request.
Mhm.
That has lowered the, maybe PSG's hands were here before. That has brought PSG's hands down, lowered it, come to United's level. I'm like, okay, wait, now this guy wants to really leave, right? So the United are in the advantage with this one now. So I don't think a direct swap deal with for player swap. No, I don't think it will work at this time. United will want to deal with the Sancho thing separately because knowing that we have actually cleaned the rough edges, we've smoothened the rough edges as touching the Sancho thing, right? Now, so Sancho for us is like a new, it's like a player we don't have a problem with. So if you want Sancho, it's not good. It's going to be a different topic or conversation as to the Ugarte one who just put in a transfer request and is wanting to leave. Man wants to leave. So, and also with Sancho really like it because when I heard it, I'm like, one of my concern with that is Luis Enrique is also a disciplinarian. He's not one to just take things lightly. So will Sancho want to deal with someone like that?
That is true, but at the same time, if you look
Mhm.
at what Luis Enrique would want to do, Sancho definitely does suit his style stylistically. No, like I would say to guys everywhere, PSG, they might not be one of the big clubs in Europe because they never won a Champions League, but they are a
Mhm.
big club in France, right?
Yeah, yeah,
And they have money. And let's be honest, they if there's any club that could cover Sancho wages without a problem, is
yeah.
PSG.
True,
And I
true.
think the only way we will get a swap deal going is if PSG gets Sancho to agree terms.
Yeah.
That's the only way. And right now they are locked in talks with his agent over personal terms. So let's see how the news breaks. Within the next few hours, we could get some massive updates that will
That
shut
would
this
be
transfer window because you
that
know
would be
what?
that would be a good one because Sancho would. I'm just when you said that right now. I'm just looking at the team, the PSG team. Mbappe is gone, so Sancho. Sancho how he likes to. He wants to be a star boy, right? So we've got Mbappe is gone. The left wing is basically
Free.
vacant. So Sancho in. They have Rasmus. They have Kolomwani. I think they have Dembele as well. Then they have this. I like this young kid that they have. he played for France, but he didn't play for long. Is it Ricola or something like that? He's 19. He let me see if I could get the name. But that guy is still there. So for Sancho might be thinking, okay,
Oh,
there's an
Barcola.
Bacola, that's the boy. So for Sancho might be thinking, okay, there's room for me there. There's room, and the way Sancho plays, he would, like you're right, he would suit them. So all
Big
in
up
all, at
Kazi.
the end of the
Big
day,
up
like I said,
Kazi.
it would be a good bit of business for United if they could get good money and get Sancho's wage bill off.
Yeah. GB. Yo, I know why you're saying that, because the reason why, when you see, when Drake said
To
the
JV.
left wing is vacant, in my mind I was just seeing a big number 10, a new number 10 in a PSG kit. You know what I mean? I was seeing a new name above the number 10 in the PSG kit, and I was liking the sight of that, you know what I'm saying? So, guys, sorry, Kazi, but this is the end of the stream. We talked about some breaking updates,
GB.
bro. Big up to GB
JB,
talking.
stop it.
But guys, big up. We'll be look out for some breaking news that might be coming out later, guys, because Man United are locked in talks to finalize a negotiation for the deal to secure De Ligt from Bayern Munich. That should be coming in. Reports would be coming in thick and fast later on, if not in the next few minutes, because they have been locked in negotiations since this morning. There's also reports about the Ugarte deal progressing, because Ugarte also sent in a transfer request, so that puts Man United in a stronger position. PSG are negotiating personal terms with Jadon Sancho, locked in talks with his agent since this morning. There's some also reports that Manchester United have tabled an offer for Richard Rios. So let's see how it goes, guys. If you want any more updates, smash a like. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. I will be live again if anything breaks. But so far, guys, if you missed anything that I've said, you can check it back into the first 15 minutes or in the middle 10 minutes of the show. Big up to Drex for coming in. Don't forget to check out D-Hub TV, guys, if you have the time. Soon enough, the big show is going to be back. Possible outcomes, guys. Remember I told you about that?
We got yesterday. Myself and Tesh were just dealing on the thing, and we got two brand new shows that will be hitting
Bro, the
the
possible
thing.
outcome show must return. The
Yeah,
chat not going to hear that, right? So we're talking about...
no. Possible outcome is the lockdown.
Well,
Is
all
the
right. Well,
lockdown.
this is what I'm advertising right now.
Oh,
The new
okay.
shows,
I'm not,
when y'all confirm them, we will talk about them. But
yeah, but
possible
possible
outcomes,
outcome
guys,
is the must,
it's
bro.
usually
It's
a
a
Thursday
must.
night.
It's a
Guys,
must.
get ready for that show to return, because you are going to enjoy it, guys. Especially those of you who are joining the FPL group.
Yeah.
Check on my community page. There's an FPL link. Come in, join the FPL. It's already live. You can pick your team. You can also change it up until the first game of play. Hopefully by then there will be more new players in and available to all the different teams. Maybe Scott Mctomminay might be at Spurs. You never know, guys. Big up for joining me. Big up to you, Ivan Perot, Danny B, Casimir. No, the De Ligt deal is they offered a bid 35 million this morning. Bayern Munich rejected. They're locked in talks. Florian Plettenberg is reporting that maybe a meet in the middle might be the ideal situation, where United pays somewhere in the region of 40 to 45 million pounds, and the De Ligt deal will be sanctioned. Guys, big up to you, GB. Big up to you coming in, Angie MUFC. Great to see you. Big up to you, Stephanie Griffith. Madhouse. Big up, my bro. Big up to you again, Ivan. Danny B, don't forget, we'll be getting some more news for you and the South American targets later on. I got that covered. And big up to Drex for coming in. Catch you guys later. It's been your boy, Mark, an MUFC fan, and Admiral Drex, bringing you a latest transfer update and news, guys. Catch you later.